In a time of fear, in a world of uncertainty, two men have become beacons of hope for our nation. The enigmatic Shaun Ryder with his best mate Bez, the dude with the moves, have started a YouTube channel. Because not all superheroes wear capes.
Jolly chops.
So Beswick,
Yes, indeed.
our YouTube channel.
See camera, mate. See camera. See camera.
Our YouTube channel. What do you think?
Yeah,
What do you think about it?
You know what? What I say, like, television is so yesterday. Like, YouTube's where it's at, you know what I mean? That's where you get the viewing figures, so I reckon...
Well, you're with the kids, aren't you? You're down with the kids.
Well, I wish I was.
Our YouTube channel. See, I'm old school. I don't have Siri or what's the other one? Alexa.
Yeah, well, what I like about Siri is you don't have to do typing anymore. You just go like that.
Yeah.
Rattle a message off, even though she gets your message wrong, it's close enough. And
Yeah.
send it off.
Yeah, but it's like that predictive texting and all that lot. Some of the shit that text is to other people, for me, is worse than if I fucking spelt it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's not all it's made
I get
out
things
to be.
like you're sending something to somebody and it'll send it, I want to see your cock,
Does
or
it?
something like that. You know, mad shit
No,
like
that's
that.
really wrong, that.
Yeah, really, really wrong. Sexting. Everyone's sex now. Because remember at school, you used to send like letters, what the fuck you, show your fanny and all that lot, right? And now they're all just doing that. I mean, so it's only the same thing, innit, as what when you used to just be at school and send letters.
Well, the digital age has made it that little bit easier,
Yeah.
hasn't it? You know what I mean? You just can do things you never dreamt of.
Yeah. Well, you had dreamt of, but...
Yeah. Well, you know what?
never did.
I only got into it like about 6 months ago.
What, sex texting?
No, like the what's it called? The new technology, all the Android shit. And
Alexa.
I can't believe that I've missed out on years of fun.
Well, it took me fucking years to learn it.
Yeah, I still haven't learned it yet.
Yeah. It took me years. My kids like pretty much show me, because my sort of tablets and things are always, I've got mad thumbs, right, that send it fucking mad and do things that like shuts it down or starts doing mad things because I've got fucking like proper mad thumbs.
Yeah,
and
that's
then
'cause you've got
my
every-
screen will just turn into something that's shit and I don't know how to get it back, or split screen and then the fucking type things turn into that big with the fucking letters where you can't even see them and they split. And then I'm there for
You know why
days
that
then
is,
till the
Ex?
kids come and sort it out.
You know why that is?
Why?
You got ADHD.
I've got ADHD and dyslexia.
Yeah,
You have as well, but you don't know it, you see.
I never go to the doctor, so I don't actually know what's wrong with me.
Oh, you've got loads wrong with you, mate. You've
I'm
got-
just in denial.
You are in denial. You won't even have it that you're ADHD like me.
Well, I'm not, am I? That's why.
Even your phone lets me get in it.
Yeah.
Your phone, I can.
Well, that's
No one
'cause
else
you-
can get in your phone, but I can say, phone, open. And it opens.
No, that's wrong, that. I fucking let down with Siri there, you know what I mean? Well, you know what? Siri is not what she meant to be, you know. And the worst thing about it, one day she's sent me a number for the NHS and said you sound suicidal. And there's a number, I thought, it's supposed to be your phone, you're aid to life. And
What,
she,
you was just talking and
yeah,
said,
yeah,
like,
no, she
Siri,
said,
I want something.
She sent me the number for an NHS outline and said I sounded suicidal. Like, that's it. You're going. Yeah, you're out of my life now, you know what I mean? Answering me back like that.
Do you remember when me and you first met?
I remember the night of, well, the
See,
funny
now,
thing-
this now, right,
Go
it's
on.
probably, we've got
two different
two
stories.
different stories, haven't we?
Yeah,
Because
yeah,
it's
yeah,
your
yeah.
story and it's my story. That's your world,
Well,
and that's... Go on, you do your world.
Well, I had just come back from Morocco and I got home and everyone was saying, Bez, you got to meet fucking Shaun, no, you two are going to get on like fire, you know what I mean? And I went down one night with it was Minnie.
Minnie.
And you sat with, well, I can only remember the nickname, but it might be not PC.
No, you can't do that one, it's not PC. Just
Yeah,
say...
so I forgot her name.
Say
Anyway.
Susie.
Yeah, no. And he sat there and I thought, you sat there with a bottle of whiskey watching TV, sat with your missus And at the time I was homeless, I thought, oh, I wish I was like that at home with a bottle of whiskey, watching TV with me missus and all that. But we got on really well.
We got on really well.
Yeah,
well,
yeah.
what I remember was the same thing, right? You got to meet Bez, you got to meet Bez. I don't want to fucking meet Bez. I don't need any more fucking trouble coming out of this gaff. I don't need any more of that. And then you fucking moved in.
Yeah.
And that was like 1983.
Yeah. Never invite an homeless mate round to your house, that's what I say.
Well, what did that flat turn into? You know, we used to have to wash up in the bath.
Well, I think it got condemned in the end, didn't it?
So. Do you remember that, putting all the washing up in the bath?
Yeah. Well, I just remember the state of the flat. It was like, and it's like in a kind of a posh, well, not really posh, but kind of...
Yeah, he was on a nice housing estate, wasn't it?
Housing estate,
but don't you remember he lived at the back of us?
Recounting, was it?
No, Eric did. Eric did move in, didn't he?
He could have had a really posh house and he wanted to...
well, he didn't know... He wasn't that. He just didn't know the score, did he? He just wanted to live in a normal fucking, you know...
House.
Detached, semi-detached fucking house.
Yeah.
Do you remember our rubbish bin? We needed a rubbish bin, didn't we?
Yeah.
So we pulled up outside the town hall in Manchester, and then big iron bins with a bee on them. We lifted one of them, about fucking three of us.
Yeah, well, 4 of us it took to pick that up.
Yeah, whizzing.
Yeah.
Lifted that up, shoved it in the fucking car. Got it back we had to get up the fucking stairs to the flat with it, and then put it in our living room.
You can't pinch them anymore. They're like...
Well,
I think they might, you know what? I think they might have even disappeared off the streets now.
We only had one.
They would have had to shrapnel, you know what I mean?
Oh, God, yeah, they'd be worth a lot of
money.
money.
Bomb in them.
Unless, that was it. It was the bomb, wasn't it?
Yeah.
After the bomb, none of that was there anymore.
Yeah.
Not even, I mean, they started screwing things into the ground, didn't they?
Yeah.
All them sort of bins disappeared.
It's just going to show you can't leave anything lying around in Manchester.
No, can't. We couldn't even have them fucking bikes, could we? Hey, you can have them in Hong Kong and everywhere. I started as a messenger boy at 15. I'd left school 15. And I got a job as a messenger boy basically because one, my dad was a postman, and two, my granddad knew the postmaster, went drinking with him. And I mean, I'm dyslexic and I couldn't fucking spell or anything, and they put the paper in front of me.
That's why no one got the post.
They put the exam sheet in front of me.
Shaun's on the now.
Well, yeah, that is true. That. I mean, it was that. I mean, it was a good laugh, because you're 15 and you're in the centre of Manchester. But that, and you could do all sorts. I mean, I can't even. You know what they're like at the post office. If I said anything what we really got up to now, they'd probably arrest me fucking 40 years later for what we did. But anyway, it was good fun. But then when you became a man at 18, it was just fucking, hard work. Not a lot of fanning around with the lads, which we did. We just used to sit in the fucking John Bull watching the strippers, or all the local boozers in the town centre at dinner time had strippers on, and Bernard Manning was on, and all the comedians, and we used to sit around watching them and getting stoned and drinking, and it was great. But then you had to become a man at 18, and it was shit. It's like you can get given a break. If you know somebody who's a bit, bit there and everything, and you get given a break, so it looks like, oh, fucking hell, look at him, he's had the jump in, he's got a right start on him there. But you'll get the break, but then you've got to be good enough to stay and do what the break. It's like we got a break off fucking Tony and all that.
Factory Records.
Because of Phil Sachs.
Yeah, and because of Phil Sachs.
Phil Sachs knew everybody.
Yeah, but that opportunity, that's gone now, you know what I mean, for people.
Well, yeah, I mean, if you remember, right, we met Phil Sachs in the Underground Market, right, and then Phil, flogging us the clothes and the jeans and everything. But Phil's best buddies was Rob Gretton.
And Alan
Rasmus, Mike Pickering. Who else? He was
well, he was that way, weren't he?
Tony Wilson, all that was his
knew
pals.
them all, yeah.
So basically what he did was they give these lads a break. I mean, we was making records before we could even really play, or I could write songs.
Well, like I say, we didn't even know what 1, 2, 3, 4 time was until we met John
nothing. Absolutely nothing. We could only just learn to play instruments. I was learning to write songs as we was making records. It's like learning proper on the job. I got being the front man and writing by fucking proxy, really, because no one else could do it. We all had a go at
Well,
everything.
no one's as big as a show-off as you
No
was.
one's the biggest show-off as me. You know, everyone had a go at songwriting, and no one could, I mean, I couldn't fucking do it at first, but I was better than everybody else.
Yeah, you could, actually. You always had the lyrics, mate, you know what I mean? 'Cause
Yeah, but I didn't know how to, you know, structure and get, you know, and fucking verses and choruses and fucking everything else and, you know, middle eight. So, you know,
well, none of us knew that, though, did we? Well, the old band never knew
I mean,
it.
you're telling that. I mean, writing, you know, what I was writing about was like, you know, madness, really. The first song I wrote was about the Vietnam War. You know, which, fucking hell, what do I know about the Vietnam War except watching it on telly when I was a kid?
Back in the day.
Back in the day.
Yeah.
You know, so, I mean, I got the job. I mean, I wanted to play drums. But, you know, I've got mad thumbs.
Well, how I got to join the band was, it was the Tube, weren't it, supporting New Order, doing the Tube. Was it the Tube at the time?
No, it was the Hacienda.
No, at the Hacienda, but New Order were doing a show for the Tube.
Yeah, I don't think it was that night. It was a night when it was just a normal gig.
It was, honestly. I remember it well, because it was the first time I've ever seen New Order play as well. I was buzzing.
See, that's your side of the story, that
Yeah,
one, 'cause
yeah,
I
yeah,
think the Tube one came later.
Well, I know it was the Tube, because it's fucking my nights on... You know what I mean? I'll never forget it.
Well, you was tripping your nut out.
Yeah, no, it was.
And I had to say to you, come on, get on and just do it.
Yeah, but anyway, we'd done that much acid, and Shaun turned around and said, Bez, you're going to have to come on stage with me tonight. I can't go on. I'm fucking right off your nut, weren't you? I said, fuck off, I'm not going on. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Took you a bit to fucking convince you.
Yeah. So after a certain amount of golding and call me soft and all that, yeah. I said, fuck it, man. So I jumped on stage and I seen these maracas on the way on. I picked the maracas and got on stage and started doing this fucking mad dance.
Well, just your dance.
Yeah.
That was what you did in the fucking club when we were all about
and the funniest thing was the next day some girl said to Shaun, oh, that's nice of you letting that lad on stage with special needs. Yeah, and it was me off the on acid, you know what I mean? Yeah. Well, Tony Wilson coined the phrase Manchester, didn't he?
Well, actually, it wasn't Tony. It was Keith Bailey.
Was it?
Keith Bailey, and it actually came out of a typo, right? Because when they was
What's
doing...
a typo?
You know, fucking on a printing mistake.
Oh, right.
Right, when he was doing something, and he was writing something on the typewriter. In fact, he was working on a script for a film about which was nicknamed at the time. The working title was Mad Fuckers, and it was all about this scene going on in Manchester. And the Bailey brothers made our videos, and you know it was Keith and Phil. So they're writing some script or something, and on the typewriter or something, it ended up saying Madchester instead of Manchester. So he kept the fucking Manchester thing, you know, and he took it to Tony and got Manchester, and that's where that came from.
Happy accident.
Happy accident, which a lot of things are, aren't
they? Yeah.
No, it's like the best songs you do, or
never
the best
planned.
things come in 5 seconds and never planned, and
never
all
planned.
the shit that comes out of playing the wrong chord or something. Manchester and the Hacienda was dead. From 1982, when it opened, to 1987, it was dead. And then in 1987, Ecstasy arrived in that club.
Well, 86 it was.
End of 86, well, because we hadn't done it before we went to New York. And by, like I say, 87, it was hammered. And, you know, that he played the major part in that scene. It was all, you know, that wouldn't have happened without that drug. No, I mean, when we met Tony, it was, again, through Phil Sachs. I mean, we was really lucky. We was in the right place at the right time and knew the right people. We got given a break. And if we'd have been shit, then we'd have just gone. You know, we got given the break. Tony, when we first got introduced to Tony about Phil, you know, this is... and straight away from day one, Tony thought, you know, liked us, he liked our personalities. You know, I mean, a lot of the people on Factory at the time, you know, and the people, and Ucky especially, fucking hated us.
He did. He loved us, okay. He's good.
No, not at first. He'll tell you himself.
Did they? Yeah.
He thought we was going to rob all his dressing room, fucking turn it into the Hacienda into a madhouse.
Well, you all turned up at his house, didn't you? And knocked on his door.
Yeah, but that's not. See, Ucky, right, will go now. Ucky will say that our kid when we was working at the telegrams and the, telegram boy, our kid
Got his address, didn't he?
got his address and put a tape through his door, right? Now, our kid did do that, but Ucky never fucking seen it. He didn't.
Well,
It
the
was-
story he tells is that we all turned up at his door.
house, yeah.
He's like that, I ain't got any fucking money, lads.
Yeah, which, that's, everyone's got their own
Poetic
story.
license, that is.
Well, it's like anything, because it's a long time ago and everyone, but my hit on that is, right, our kid did put this tape, it got totally ignored because it was fucking months and months and months, and then we met Phil Sachs, and Phil Sachs got us hooked up with Tony and all that lot, and that's how we got to Factory, not through putting that fucking tape through the door that no one got.
Yeah.
Once you get on top of the pops, you think you've made it. You think you watch the bands on top of the pops all your life from being a little kid, and you think, wow, that's top of the pops. You made it.
Well,
So
that's
you
like
go
the
and-
pinnacle of it. Yeah.
But you go on top of the pops, you do it, and really that's just the start of it.
Yeah.
Top of the pops is
It was
great,
a bit
wasn't it?
weird. I thought it was a bit weird, me.
Well, the old day was great because at the time we was filming it where EastEnders was being filmed. We went to to another place, but then it moved where EastEnders was being filmed, and we used to just get pissed up in that
and
bar.
it was nice because the Stone Roses were on the same top of the pops where and we shared the changing room and all that, you know what I mean? So, yeah, we felt like, it was a bit of a man.
Well, that was another one of my master plans that I'm glad didn't come off when I wanted Manny to be the singer, and then I'd go and play
Oh, yeah,
bass
we was
and
all going to swap bands.
Swap.
Yeah. So we was going to
I nearly got him. I got him to where he was
funny,
nearly
that.
having it, right? Because at the time, only people, right, that was sort of into the sort of indie scene, right, would have known who the Happy Mondays and members are and who the members of the Stone Roses were. But nobody at that fucking Top of the Pops that day knew.
Yeah, we
So
should have done
I wanted
that.
everyone to swap. I was going to do bass in the Stone Roses and, and I had him doing it. He was going for it. At the last minute, I think it was Ian who said, no, let's not do it. Let's not fuck up this. And I was like gutty for years, and I'm thinking, fucking good job he didn't. Caught when McCartney, it was actually in one of the music papers, or the music.
What album was it? He said that too.
Well, it wasn't necessarily an album. It was around the time.
Was it? Yeah.
It was around the time of Bumdar, Pills and Frills, and McCartney made this statement saying, someone had asked him what he thought of the Happy Mondays and the Roses and things, and she knew a lot of music, and McCartney had said, the Mondays remind me of the Beatles doing their magical mystery tour phase.
And when
yeah. So when it was like, well,
you learn something new every day, don't you?
You was there when I read it out and was going, wow, he's heard of us. You know what I mean? McCartney's heard of us.
Anyway, if you're listening out there, tune in. It's not an Happy Monday, it's an Happy Sunday. We've got our first YouTube channel show.
If you like what you see,
subscribe
and what?
Like.
Subscribe and like.
Hey, that's what
that is if you like what you see.
Yeah, if you don't, just cut us right off.
Can you like us? Can anybody like us?
Yeah, of course you can.
What, we're that good looking? If you like what you see, we're that good looking, subscribe and like it.